After nearly a decade away from the White House, former First Lady Michelle Obama is lifting the veil on a topic she's typically avoided: fashion.
Why this topic now?
During my 8 years in the White House, although there was a lot of attention given to my fashion, my physical appearance, all of that, I made it a point to shy away from that conversation because I was worried that it would become a distraction.
Her new book, The Look, is about more than just fashion. It explores her style evolution from the moment she entered the public eye and explains the reasons behind her and her team's decisions.
I really thought about what I wanted to say with my fashion. I wanted to talk about inclusion, diversity, opening up opportunities, and fashion was one of those tools that allowed me to do that. The designers that I chose, there were young designers, there were women designers, there were also immigrant American designers.
In the book, she writes that she saw every formal event as an opportunity to elevate talented, lesser-known designers. Starting with their very first inaugural ball.
I thought about who was going to do my inaugural gown. And someone like Jason Wu, who was young, I think he was in his early 20s. He had just gotten started. He was a fabulous designer with a beautiful story. An immigrant American, and I want to emphasize that in these times because our fashion industry is very dependent on strong immigrant Americans who come here and do great work.
You said it's not only important for fashion, but for society as well.
Yeah. I think we know this as a country. We know better than this. I'm still thinking about the country that elected Barack Obama overwhelmingly as president twice. We are still those people. It's just that sometimes we can get lost in the struggles that we face. And when folks are facing tough economic times, when jobs are scarce, when opportunities seem to be less, it's harder to get ahead in this economy. It's easy to have somebody make you think it's somebody else's fault, you know? So let's blame the other. I think that's one of the things we struggle with. But when we look around at truly who has built this country, who keeps it moving, you know, it's all of us, and all of us is Black, brown, Puerto Rican, Mexican American, Italian, Irish, Haitian. Come on, you know, that's the story of America, right? And it is the most true in fashion.
Mrs. Obama also writes about the pressure she felt being the first Black first family.
You said we were all too aware that as a first Black couple, we couldn't afford any missteps.
Yeah.
And you also say, as a Black woman, I was under a particularly white hot glare. Did you feel that?
For sure. You can't afford to get anything wrong because you didn't get at least until the country came to know us, we didn't get the grace that I think some other families have gotten. Now, don't get me wrong, every First Lady faces the kind of scrutiny. Every woman in the public eye faces a certain level of scrutiny because of her physical appearance. I mean, we live in a culture, sadly, where, you know, if somebody wants to go after a woman, the first thing they do is go after our looks, our size, our physical being as a way to, you know, make us feel small, to keep us in place. In the back of my mind were all the mothers and the grandmothers who I wanted to make proud. I didn't want to show up just any kind of way. I wanted to show up with thought and consideration and energy and light.
The book chronicles her most iconic fashion moments, like her rose gold dress at their final state dinner, her plum power suit from President Biden's inauguration, and those viral glitter boots from her Becoming book tour.
The boots that broke the internet?
The boots.
The boots that broke the
boots. The boots are on fire. Yeah, right.
Whoa! Come on now.
That's also a part of me. That was a version of me, sort of the fun, sparkly, sexy, interesting detail. So that was another aspect of me. Would I have worn gold thigh-high boots as First Lady? No, I would not have done that.
I'm going to channel Shonda Rhimes right now.
Yeah.
What are you saying yes to in this season?
I am saying yes to things that I really, really want to do. You know, there's a certain freedom that I feel. I'm at that stage in life where I can say, yeah, maybe I know a few things.
And the former First Lady leaned into the power of fashion to help uplift new voices. It was never just wearing a cardigan. It was a moment to launch someone's career. So often the pieces she would be seen in would sell out in just minutes. And she knows that it takes a village. And she talks about her team as the trifecta and just gives real praise to the whole evolution from when Barack was running for president to being in the White House and to her years after.
So thoughtful at every stage.
Exactly.
Yeah, very intentional.
It really is such an evolution.
It is. And okay, all right, you said I would not give it. You have the book. You have the look, you have the book.
Thank you.
Michelle Obama, The Style, The Power, The Look special edition of 2020 airs this Sunday on ABC, streams the next day on Disney Plus and on Hulu.
Looking forward to that.